Okay, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a custom outline of your acrylic for the LED light stand project using AutoCAD. So on your desktop, go ahead and double click on the AutoCAD icon. When you're opening this program for the first time, you're probably going to be prompted with a screen. When that screen opens, you can simply select OK. At some point, you're going to be looking at your getting started screen, which might look something like this. And I want you simply to leave AutoCAD open. Do not do anything else. Let's now go to Google Chrome. We're now inside our classroom, and I'm going to go over to the Classwork tab. Scroll down towards the Project Design Briefs section, and we're going to be using the LED light stand project. So let's go ahead and open that up. This is the document you want. It's an AutoCAD file, so I want you to click on this once with your left mouse button. And what's going to be happening next is normal. This message will appear. I want you to find these three dots, click on them once, left mouse button, and select Open in New Window with your left mouse button. We're going to go ahead and download. And once the file is downloaded, I want you to select it just by left clicking it. And since you already have AutoCAD open, you will definitely see this message appear. Go ahead and just hit the X in the upper right hand corner. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our workspace here. First of all, AutoCAD works in what we call layers. So I want you to take a look up here at the top of your screen. You'll currently notice that there is something called Image Laser Engrave. I want you to select this drop down. And the two layers that we're going to be focusing on are the laser engraving layer and their laser cut layer. Let's not do anything else with these other layers, please. Make sure Image Laser Engrave is selected, which it currently is by default, and you can just click on it if you want to. And we're actually going to start by putting our image first inside AutoCAD. So we're going to go up here to the Insert option, and we're going to select on the Attach button. And you want to navigate yourself back to your LED light stand folder that's in your home folder in our engineering class folder. So in this folder you probably have multiple images that you've been saving and editing. I'm going to open up one of my images as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and select this image. I'm going to hit open. When you're prompted with this screen, do not change anything, simply select OK. Now let's take a look at what this all represents. Everything you see in yellow is an area I want you to keep your image within. So within this yellow area, we're going to place the image. These red lines are things we must keep. These are for laser cutting. But what I want you to do actually for this image, I want you to roll your mouse wheel so you can zoom in, and I want you to place the bottom left hand corner of your image right here on that red intersection point. So I want you to go ahead and left click once with your mouse button, release your mouse button, and you're going to notice to see that you can resize this image. Now I'm going to keep rolling my wheel in or out just to make sure we understand what's happening here. And I actually don't want you to click this top corner like you think you would. And don't even do this because I don't want you to be inside or outside. I want this to be fairly accurate. So I actually want you to go to the bottom right hand corner, and I want you to click a second time with your left mouse button. Now we're going to make a small adjustment to the image so that we can see some of the other lines that are behind it. So I actually want you to hit your escape key on your keyboard just a few times, 2 or 3 times, to click that ESC key a few times. And I want you to take your mouse arrow and put it either right on the edge of the image and click, as you can see I did there, or you can click once somewhere on the image, but move your mouse up and over to the left. This is very important. Up and over to the left. You should see this dotted window. Go ahead and click again. Now you can see we selected it using either technique. I want you to right click on your image anywhere inside of it, and I want you to go to Draw Order and please select Send to Back. We're going to move this image behind all of these yellow and red lines. Good, there we go. Now I'm going to roll my mouse wheel so I can see how close I am to the edge. And I might scale this down a little bit. It's a little bit closer to the edge than I want because of the outline I'm going to make. So we're going to do something called scaling. Now by doing this, we're going to once again select the image. So you can either click right on the edge of the image, and that's one easy technique to use. Once again, we're going to right click again on the image. Right click is a very important feature with this activity, and I'm going to select scale. So once again, I'm going to click in the bottom left hand corner, but this time I'm going to scale it and fall just a little short from the edge. That looks pretty good. And now I'm going to go ahead and select the image again. I'm going to left click somewhere on the edge, right click again, and this time I'm going to select move. And I can really click on any part of the image with this move option. I'll click, why not, right here in the dead center. Now you can see I can move the image. So I'm actually going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to keep it relatively centered, and I'm just eyeballing it here on the yellow outline. Okay, not bad. Once again, I'll do that again. Click on the side, right click, move, click anywhere on the image. It does not have to be in the middle. You can click off to the side if you want, and you want to just reposition this until you're happy with its location. Okay, that looks pretty good, so I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to go ahead and start my outline. One thing you'll notice is that no part of my image goes inside this yellow area. This is where the 3D printed part would be covering your image. So I want to make sure I stay out of it. This image could come right up to it. Just don't get too close, and definitely don't cross into this space right here or right here. So once again, you could go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. You could even go all the way to the top. Just stay within this yellow outline, especially down here. Do not cross the black geometry of your image, any black lines or any black part of your image into this. The fact that the white area is in here is just fine. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and draw some geometry. Now, a very important step. We're going to go to the Home button. And once you get to home, you need to come over to your layers and, very important, change this to outline. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and start drawing an outline. And I'm actually going to draw something that's symmetrical. So I'm only going to draw half of it. You can do whatever you like. I have lines. Polyline is a continuous line. Circles, arcs. So let me go ahead and start with, and the fact that we have things like rectangles as well. Let me just use the line tool. Your starting point is very important. Your starting point should always be either on this side or on this side, but directly on top of this red line. So you're either clicking here or you're going to be clicking here. And this is either your starting point or your ending point. So watch how I do this. I'm going to click right here at the top of that red line. Click once and release your mouse. Very important. Do not hold the mouse button down. You can see it defaults to this color red, which is good. Okay. Now once again, we're going to stay out of this yellow region. I could draw right next to it if I wanted to, but I'm going to kind of go up at a slight angle. And I'm going to do just a very quick outline. Nothing super precise. I'm doing a lot of rolling of my mouse inward, outward, just to zoom in, zoom out. I'm going to try to see if I can get this all in one shot. Once again, nothing too precise here. And once I get here, something very important needs to happen. I can either touch this yellow line, that's fine, or I can stay within, that's okay. Do not cross over the yellow line, but I could even touch it by clicking right here. Just do not go outside of it. And I think as you watch the video, you'll kind of better understand how this can work what to do and what not to do. Now at some point I want to stop right in the center. So I'm just going to hover up here. I'm not done yet. I'm going to hover my mouse and it should find, there it is, it found the midpoint. And if I just move straight down, you can kind of see I'm getting very close to center. I'm not there yet. So I'm going to kind of come over. And I know center is somewhere in this region. So I'm going to come up here and just hover. Do not click, just hover. And once you find center, if you're going to do something similar to what I'm doing, I'm going to click again. I'm actually going to hit my escape key to end the line tool. Now remember, I'm showing you something possibly different from what you're doing, but if you can understand what I'm doing here, you can draw just about anything. Now I'm going to go ahead and mirror my selection. So I'm going to go ahead and under the home option, there's this tool called mirror. Now, where I click is very important. I'm going to try not to include this red line, and this red line. So I'm going to try to get these three red lines to not be selected. Watch how I do this. Just above and over to the left, and it's okay if you even click somewhere up here, that's fine. But I'm going to go from left to right, left to right. So I'm going to click once, I'm going to come down, and I'm making sure that obviously everything I've drawn is within the window. I'm not going to come all the way down, I'm not going to go all the way over. I'm going to stop just past the center and just below that last red line that I made. So I'm going to go ahead and click something like this. Okay? Now, it's okay that you see this and this selected. It's fine. Watch what happens next. Once it's been selected, you have to be reading in AutoCAD what the next option is. Now that I've selected, I actually need to hit the Enter key on my keyboard once. And now you'll notice it says specify first point. I have hit the Enter key and now I want to move my mouse right to this point. I'm going to zoom in so you can really see this. This is right where I ended that line, which happens to be at the midpoint. So let me just zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here once. You can now see I can kind of rotate, and I'm actually making a copy. I'm making a copy of 1/2 and it's mirroring it. Now my last click, as you can see here, I'm going to zoom in. If I go to this end here, it found the midpoint again. I'm going to click with my left mouse button again. And this is a step we sometimes forget. Things will disappear unless you tell it, do you want to erase or keep the original part of your drawing that you mirrored? Okay, erase source object, yes or no. We want to say no. Do not erase those lines you just mirrored. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to zoom out, and there it is. There's my completed outline. Now, we're going to check our work to make sure this is correct. You can see I just hit that line. That's fine. Just hit that line. That's fine. We're going to try to stay within this yellow outline. So let's check our work. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to hit the drop down. I'm going to turn off the image. So I'm going to hit this little light bulb to turn it off. And I'm also going to turn off this no print layer. And as you can see here, and AutoCAD's given me some information, that's fine. I have a nice complete outline. Now I'm going to use this little hand tool, and I can kind of move the drawing around. I can actually zoom in. I can move around my drawing and I see one continuous outline. There are no breaks, no openings, and if there is, we need to fix that. Okay, that was the hand tool or pan tool. Nice little feature. Now I'm going to turn these layers back on. I'm going to turn on no print, so I'm going to turn the light bulb on. And obviously I need my image to also appear, so I'm going to turn that on. Okay, so everything is now visible. I can see these layers. Okay, very important. Now we're going to go ahead and save what we've done. We're currently saving it as last name. We want to do a save as. Okay. Keep in mind you're saving over to your H drive. Okay, so make sure you navigate to your H drive. A lot of times what I tell kids to do to easily find their H drive is to go to File Save As and always start on your desktop. Okay, on your desktop you should see a link to your folder which you've been saving this information into. I've made a very quick shortcut, so I'm going to go ahead and simply open up my shortcut to get to that folder. And this is where you're saving your work. Now look at the file name. So we're going to just replace this with your last name and period number. And you can simply leave everything as it is, and we're going to hit save. Okay, very good. Now, here's all you need to do with this last step. I want you to go back to that folder where you just saved. There are other files associated. We don't want those. We simply want the one that's going to have this little logo on it and probably a small little preview. But it's the .dwg file. Disregard these two. I want you simply to take this file here, right click and select copy. Once again, if you look on your desktop, I'll just kind of simplify this by doing this a few ways. I can minimize this and minimize this. We always have on our desktop a student public shortcut. Okay, so we just copied the file. Now if you open student public, you're going to go to curriculum, bolt, and open up your class folder. Since this is my example, I'm going to go to first period, right click, and I'm going to hit paste. And there it is. Okay, you are done. So once you've copied this file, you'll actually see that it's saved. Now I can open it and I can then add it to my laser cutting file to then laser cut your design for you. Good job.